Otherwise, we have another bag of spoons cook. I kind of want to do just a regular frying pan, but bag of spoons just too good. Bag of spoons just too good. Alright. Let's try to get our setup ready. So we just need to decide. So we have the obsidian trinket already. So we have the ammonite chest. Then we're going to need the crescent sword maxed out. Alright. So crescent sword, ammonite chest, and now ammonite helm. Alright, I cannot max out the ammonite helm, so we're heading back to our regularly scheduled set of equipment. So we want, yeah, crescent cape +4, crescent chest +4. Yeah, we're just working on it. Pizza got nerfed and it's still good. Good to hear. I never was much of a pizza person myself. I hate to tell you that, but it's true. But I'm glad other people love the pizza. And I'm glad that it was proven worthy of a nerf and is still good. So glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I wonder if Bag of Spoons is ever going to get nerfed. I won't know how to nerf it. I think I'm one of the few people who can manage the arc, so it might just be a thing that's strong for me. And, like, honestly, like, it's never going, like, Bag of Spoons is not going to affect the speedrun, because you're not going to get enough souls to make it work. You know, maybe Bag of Spoons can. Like, it might, like, it's probably just because the artisan passive of the chef is so strong. Like, that might be what it is. Like, the chef might need some nerfs to its survivability because it has so much damage output or something of that nature. We'll grab the Grave Bell just to be safe. There. Alright, I'll just trigger that and then dash through it. Yeah, we need one right and a lot in other directions. But yeah, one of my favorite things in Smash Bros. Is to see minor changes they make in each update. I think once Sephiroth was released, they also buffed Ness, Marth, and Min Min, who are already broken characters. Okay, so first off, Marth wasn't broken. Lucina was broken. Marth was actually, the problem was Lucina was so much better than Marth that no one would play Marth. So, like, buffs to Marth make sense. Buff to the swordies in general, though, that doesn't. Alright. Ooh. But yeah, like, Ness, I do know is strong. It's kind of funny, like, in fighting games, especially in a game with as many characters as Super Smash Bros., people have so many disagreements about what's top tier, what's bottom tier, what's overpowered, what's weak, stuff of that nature. This is kind of funny. Because I do try to keep up to the best of my ability. Like, as someone who doesn't actually play the game competitively, but watches it. And you get a sense of what characters are strong and not by what characters you see too much examples of. Like, Pyra and Mythra seem to be quite a bit overpowered, because I keep seeing them everywhere. Alright. I wonder if I talk to him here. Alright. Ooh, so we found the dragon. This is just this little corner. It had no way down, so that's something I gotta consider. But yeah, so yeah, with Super Smash Bros., it's always a lot of yeah, as someone who's played Smash Bros. Brawl for 4 years and then went straight to Ultimate, you know who's broken or not. Do you mean like competitively? Like you played Super Smash Bros. Brawl competitively? Even then, like, when I watch people that are at, like, the professional level, and they have disagreements about who's, like, top tier, who's bottom tier, stuff like that. Like Esam will have a different opinion than MKLeo, who has a different opinion than Hungrybox. I'll get it, Hungrybox is, definitely far more of a, melee person than an ultimate person, but he still plays the game, and he still knows what he's talking about pretty well. But, well, they do have some agreements about, like, oh, this character's top tier, this character's high tier, and, like, you know, these characters are low tier, stuff like that. They will have disagreements for a lot of things, and they all agree that Lucina, between Marth and Lucina, Lucina is the one that's powerful, not Marth. Like, Marth has everything, but it's like there's no results with Marth. The only person who can play Marth effectively is MKLeo, and he's also the only person who can play Byleth effectively, so because MKLeo plays it, doesn't exactly tell you if it's broken. And like, there was actually an interview, and it was like talking about the flaws of the characters that he plays. He's like, honestly, once people start figuring these out, I've got to be ready to switch off of them, because I'm just surprised no one's figured it out yet. Until they do, I'm just going to keep using my characters. So, like, MKLeo will main characters. He is the best player in the world, and he will main characters that, like, no one else even touches, really. And, well, other than Joker, of course. Of course, is, like, Joker and Pyra and Mythra. But, like, I don't know of any other pro playing Byleth other than MKLeo. That is such a good relic for the chef. But I'm not sure I'm going to get in there. Alright. Just need to get one hit. Ooh. Brawl had an online and simply also had a lot of flaws such as RAM tripping. Yep. Brawl was not a competitive format. I know that much. I know that well. Heavy characters being easy targets and Meta Knight being the only character in Smash history to be double S tier. Yep. I remember watching videos like talk about how they had to like do a weird thing where they like banned certain actions from Meta Knight because there were certain things that Meta Knight could do that made them literally untouchable. So they could literally just dance around the stage being invulnerable the entire time. Like, yeah. I remember Mewtwo actually saying, like, he really enjoyed it, and, like, there was a lot of play there. Like, the Meta Knight v Meta Knight matchup was really interesting, but because it was, you know, all Meta Knights, people spoke poorly of a Meta that wasn't as bad as we say it is. But, yeah, nonetheless, double S tier. I do remember Meta Knight being like that. Oof. But yeah, you're correct in saying that Min Min was broken. You're definitely correct in saying Min Min was broken. Min Min is still pretty broken to this day. Like, with those buffs, Min Min has been just... Come on, dive into the ground. Whew. Yeah, I'm trying to kill the hammer first, if it hasn't been. If that was apparent by the freezing of this guy right here. There we go. Killed the hammer. Because yeah, this guy becomes a lot less threatening when you just have to worry about it chasing you. The threat is because it's chasing you while you're having to deal with all those projectiles from the hammer. So, having only one makes it a lot easier. Whoop. Do you like the sword and axe or hammer and sword fight better? I think... So, I like the shield and axe fight. So I like the shield and axe fight better as like a general idea, but I think I'm gonna go with shield and axe as the one I enjoy more. But it's like it's very much a thing of my opinion in the moment that can change rather quickly. I'm certain of it. The explosion woke it back up. Alright, that's what I was looking for. Fully recharged. Immediately use one to heal up. Alright. Can we get that? Ah, I see the problem. Well, this area's gone. Once there's a seagull attack there, the entire place went up in flames. I'm going to return to main menu and just teleport to go beat Irad, because the thing is, I'm trying to do this to talk to the dragon afterwards, because you can talk to the dragon after beating it. And so we're going to just start popping through. We're going to take care of Tubal, and we're going to start talking to the dragon every single life until the dragon tells me the story and decides... Not a good spell for this fight, but the greatest weapon for this fight, so who needs a good spell? I feel like this split right here and the split after it need to be replaced. Like, this split is much more threatening than the walls split that comes after it. Like, this split right here is not nearly as threatening as... need to get out of this corner. Go. Whew. Yep. If you truly get into Smash Ultimate, which I do want to, I just like, it's one of those things of how much time do I actually have to invest into it, but it is something that I do like watching the scene at the very least. Yeah, usually range beats heavy, heavy beats fire, fire beats projectile, projectile beats rage. Yeah, I do know that the matchup charts are a huge theme of Smash. Too many cycles says I've laid wristlets. Alright, I must rest. I think there's a theme, so when he rests... The dragon is asleep. You pet the dragon. There we go. You get to pet the dragon, like petting a good doggo. Ah, thank you, dragon. So we're gonna come back here. So the theme, from what I understand, I now have to start coming back here to pet the dragon between each. Yeah, I need to pet the dragon between each life. Basically, is the goal from here on. Dragon best boy? Yes, dragon is best boy. That fight gets Esiri to ball sort of remind me of Galien from Hollow Knight, and how his blade bounces and chases you around slowly. Yep. Galien's weapon was much more threatening, I'd say, but definitely has a similarity. Definitely see the similarity hugely. Well, hugely is a weird phrase, but... The important part is you understand what I'm saying. Whew. There we go. Alright. Got this. That was a little closer than I wanted it to be. Oh well. High stakes rune. Alright. Whew. Just to ask, in Hollow Knight, did you prefer the Troop Master Grim fight or the Nightmare King fight better? So the harder so once you get good at it, the harder fight is always more fun. Like, for example, you know, like we're spoiling a lot, obviously, but like, you know, the Mantis Lords is one of the greatest fights. Like, I don't think many people disagree with that. But if there's any fight that just directly is better than the Mantis Lords, it's Sisters of Battle. The thing is, you don't throw Sisters of Battle at someone who just got through Mantis Lords. The part that makes Mantis Lords awesome is because you fought Sisters of Battle first, because you got good at that fight, and then they have the harder part. The advanced version of every fight is always ends up being the magnum opus. It's, you know, we had to make this fight so that everyone could beat it, which means we had to pull back at certain points. And the prime fights are, we stopped pulling back, and so we gotta show you everything that this has to offer. So therefore, the prime fights are always preferable, always better. But they, like, what they do for the story, it's, what they do is they are more fun for the, all the prime fights are better for just general gameplay purposes, but they're not better for the story. That's what I mean to say. Nightmare King Grim had to exist before, or, how do I explain it? Troop Master Grim had to exist before Nightmare King Grim, or else Nightmare King Grim would just be unreasonable. Mantis Lords had to exist before Sisters of Battle, or else it would be way too overwhelming. Oh, yeah, except for Winged Nosk. Yes, Winged Nosk was just, well, actually, the whole thing is that it was a horrible monster that we had to fear. That was the whole idea of Nosk, and so they let But off of that, I will admit I did not like Wing Nosk. You're correct there. Because it felt like a completely different fight, first off. But, like, you're talking to someone who didn't like Nosk in the first place. So, people who like Nosk might probably liked Wing Nosk more. People who didn't like Nosk liked Wing Nosk less. I could confirm to the second group. I know I cannot tell you anything about the first group. But I assume that that's how it feel. Try and grab that and run. Did not move as fast as I thought I could. Ooh. Go. Scholar Weapon 4. It's that weird moment where you realize that, like, weapons of that nature, we do not have access to the level 4 versions of them yet. Alright. So, if we finish this and we haven't finished the story of the dragon, I am going back to face the... I'm going to stay in this split to talk to the dragon more, because you get souls for doing so. Alright. What made the Nosk fight good in the story was the deepness was already scary. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, Nosk was good for the story purposes. And that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of bosses are created for the story first, and then the combat element has to come afterwards. You have to, it has a place in the game. And so, like, a lot of those bosses, they had their place, and it was amazing. And, you know, I love those fights. They are worse than their counterparts, but only because their counterparts are the better versions of them, and I could not imagine them existing. I could not imagine the better versions existing without the original, is my theme. There's just, like, certain themes of when you don't have to worry about design elements like pacing and stuff, where when you're allowed to let loose on that stuff, where just everything becomes a lot more... You can... Yeah. I'm having problems phrasing it other than... Yeah, I like the harder fights better, but only because I had the easier fights first. And then, yeah. Nosk was a horror movie. That was his old intent. So many projectiles, I actually did not see what hit me, but I assume it was fair. Alright, well, I got hit by that guy. That time I did see what hit me. I just saw a little late. Whew. Yep. Yep. Just like, yeah, Nosk, I think that was the thing. Nosk was more of a story-based fight. Like, Nosk is his arena. And I think one of the things was that the Dark Nosk was the fact that it disguised itself as Hornet meant that the, like, evil Nosk was... How do I explain this? It made Nosk still feel surprising. Like, once you break the surprise that it's not like a copy of you, it's actually just a monster luring you in, Nosk becomes less of Like, the scare that is Nosk disappears. And when you... By the way, I'm trying to just use my Nod Bone while I still have full health. We will get a free heal when we kill the next boss, so I'm just going to explore this area. Like, when we enter the next boss room, we'll get a full batch of health. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to try to get meat and try to get the Hungry Bone active, in case anyone's wondering why in the world I'm not just going to face Voidbeast Bareth. Then you have Prince Zote. An already joke character and joke fight from the Colosseum is made stupidly difficult because of how randomized he can be. Yep. Alright, there's the meat. Alright, so I just need one more, and then I have a full use of this heirloom. Or relic. Oh no. Because of Body Buffet, I can kill enemies as a way of finding meat, which is fantastic. Alright, remember, if I find meat, I actually need to heal up first. In fact, I should probably heal up now. Even though... There we go! Full meat. And I could take that. Okay, we're just gonna find a mini-boss as a teleport, which we just did. And it's time to go face the Voidbeast Bareth with a bunch of help, 3 meat stalls, like, all the feats. I love his description of the path he portrays as a false god conjured by the lonely. Yep. There's also a theme that as you keep defeating the boss in the game, like in the dreams, she starts thinking less and less of Zote, to the point where she just leaves him if you beat him like 10 times or something like that. But yeah. Okay, really glad to have him be centered as I start phase 2. Not a good time to be itching my ear mid-combat like that. Alright, there. Alright, now we have to deal with a horde of estuaries. But if I can beat them... That was nice of them to organize themselves as such. Alright, we have you. Are you alone, buddy? Yep. Yeah. Oh, the fact that the small skeletons can now drop single cannonballs definitely caught you off guard. I could see it. I could see it. Whew. Alright, so even if we 100% this castle, which, given that we're a chef with all this additional healing and stuff, I think is entirely possible, we're still not done. We're still going to talk to the dragon. I think I'm going to not buy the teleport here. I have so much survivability. I trust that I can kill even the improved Nama and just leverage the additional gold that I gain from this. Actually, no, I'm going to be in this life multiple times. Chances are I'll be clearing out to the dragon and want somewhere else to go, so... Sure, we'll just buy that so that we have access here whenever we want. My favorite estuary, I think... In what aspect? Like, story-wise, mechanic, like, combat-wise, like... Because, story-wise, it's Nama. Story-wise, it's Nama. But, mechanics, like, playing through it... I like the bullet hell of Irad. Like, it's something that I definitely had to warm up to. I didn't like it when I first started playing Irad, when the Sun Tower just came out. But something that I grew accustomed to, and now it's one of the most fun things to do. Definitely hard. No denying it's hard. But very fun. Too much healing. My favorite combat is Enoch Prime. I can see it. Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, I feel like the hard challenges, in the aspect of how they make it hard but fair, like, they've done really good in designing this game to make the hard challenges feel fair still. And hard but fair is one of the most enjoyable themes, because you feel like you can overcome it, and when you overcome it, you get the extra rush of adrenaline of, like, all the tries you had to do to get there. So, I could definitely see that. Like, 2-ball might end up being my favorite if I, like, in speedruns, once I get accustomed to how to face 2-ball in a speedrun, you know? That's definitely one of the issues, that because we do not know how to face 2-ball yet, we do not know how to, like, really use them in a speedrun sort of thing, you know? Oh my gosh. And there's another elite throwing those guys behind him. Whew. Go. What's your thoughts on 2-ball? I feel I definitely need to learn 2-ball more before I can give, like, real solid thoughts on him. But my thoughts right now are it's an appropriate fight. It's not as ads heavy as I was worried it might be, but it's still pretty, like, dealing with the ads is definitely the question of whether or not the early game is going to work or not. As for... I will state that I think that the second phase and the third phase should be kind of swapped slightly. The benefits, the challenge that you're facing in the third phase should be... Wait, hold up. Does that mean... Okay. There it is. We have the memories in here as well. Okay, so we could get to the memories as well in here. That's good to know. So yeah, 2-ball, I do like the route they were going with. Very minor error in, like, the second phase, or phase 2 is much harder of an improvement than phase 3, but I'm not sure if that, like, that could be intentional as far as I know. But other than that, like, I like the concept of the boss. I like the story of the boss. Like, they know how to do good on these. Let me just put it that way. They know how to make sure these go well. The ads are so stupid. I definitely, right now, I agree with you. I'm going to give it until I actually face the fight a good dozen or so times at low level and have like the opportunity to have experience in that fight before I just declare the ads bad, you know? Give it the opportunity to prove me wrong. Alright. I need to get out of here. Oof. Alright, we open the chest. I think we just have to leave because it's just... that position is just very bad for me. And I'm not going to... bothering with it is a good way to get myself killed. Alright. But yeah, ads are stupid at the moment. I still need to wait till I experience the ads. Like, I do say, like, I hated IRAD at the beginning because it just seemed like way too many projectiles for, like, it was guaranteed you're gonna get hit. Now I do it hitless, and it's like, it's one of my favorite fights. Just, so I'm not gonna call Tubal bad until, or like the ad's stupid, until I've had more time to experience it. But I could definitely see, at this moment, it's very, one of those emotionally charged, yeah, this sucks, this is get annoying. The problem is they float around the guy's body, so you can't really kill them, and then they throw nearly invisible projectiles or charge from across the screen. Alright. Increasing the visibility of projectiles, I could definitely see as a worthwhile complaint. There. Go. So, I feel like in that case, it's just like those projectiles that are basically invisible to you need to be improved. But, that. In Tubal's notes, he said something about the King recruiting new estuaries to replace the original estuaries. So, it's Jabal and Zilla. It's J and Z. The estuaries that he's talking about are the two people who were planning the invasion, basically. Oof. Entry Preventry is the best enemy name. I can see it. I can see it. Alright. Trigger this now. Okay, I guess we're just gonna deal with the shieldies. Worry about those guys later. The fact that I can just wait and deal with them later is, I think, a little unintentional. At least a little. Because, yeah, there's an enemy that's been sitting here the entire time. It was part of the first wave. Alright. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you're the one who actually needs to go first. Alright, you can do that. Forgot about that. The hitboxes have an effect there. There's no way to tell where the hammers are going to summon a random circle, at least with the invisible daggers. They have to come for the dagger's main body to fly at you. I mean, I think this is just a theme of they need to work on their vision showing, because I will say I can see that I'm able to see the hammers, when I know I'm looking for it, I can see the daggers. But if it has like visibility issues, and you are not the only one to claim this issue, so I think they do need to make the visibility a bit stronger with those, for the sake of others. I will admit, I have not been feeling that issue myself. He also said one of the false estuaries was killed by an assassin. Oh, right! He did say that there was a estuary killed by the assassin. Like, I always just thought that what he was talking about was Zilla dying to Enoch. But if you're right, he said it was killed by an assassin. Huh. That's a lot of story we're going to need to take in. Because then who was the estuary that was killed by an assassin? Like, we don't even know their name. I'm going to make a shot. It's Jubal and Jabal. And they just didn't want to, you know, confuse people with that. So they just didn't name him. Because if they have all their names based on the story of Cain. Yeah. Jabal and Jubal. I was like, J is either Jabal or Jubal. I don't know which one. And it's like, it's one of those things of, it's kind of insignificant, but good to know. And it's probably just, they were like, okay, we need to use all these names. We'll make Jubal and Jabal. One of them's dead, and then we just don't name him. If I'm at the top screen, I could just fall to a random white circle. Oh, that's what you're saying. You're talking about... Ooh. We're gonna get that. Thanks, Neuropraxis. Get out before... Well, I'm already too late. That's okay. Oof. Alright, well... Like, definitely I will state that they could do better in the visual department. I'm just not going to say it's a bad fight or that the ads suck until I have more time experiencing it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm willing to respect your opinion and that there's probably a good place for it. Just, I'm not going to agree with opinion until I have the opportunity to really play with it. Thank you. Oh. Timed that incorrectly. I was supposed to dash, then... I was supposed to hit, then dash. Awesome. Maximum soup. Yep. Nameless Slate looks awfully similar to Johannes from the first game. Yep. I wonder how intentional that is. Honestly, I would not be too terribly disappointed if Johannes was a secret boss in this game. I'm not sure how other people would feel, though. Who's shielding you? Okay, wait, who's shielding them? Because it's over on this side. Ah, there they are. Hey, Firefly, you want to come down here so I can kill you? Add your gold to the pile. And yeah, I think this chef is about to get to max level, even with the 10 increases to max level. Like, I've just been doing so much with these chefs recently. Okay, you all wait. I have a job to do. Whew. We're hanging up to 1,000,000, everyone. I just hope they don't make the final boss easy like the fountain. I'm sorry, I've sped run that game. I'm just like, easy like the fountain? So I'm just like thinking of, fountain is not easy when level 10. But then I realized, oh right, because yeah, I remember facing the fountain back on my first playthrough. I think the fountain was taken care of before the... Yeah, I could see the fountain being easy. Definitely want the final boss. Like, I feel like... How to explain it? The quality of the final boss in the first game has been the quality of, like, the weakest of the bosses in this game. So I'm pretty confident that they'll do it justice. Alright. I have a feeling this life's going to die at the Sun Tower. Just a hunch. We'll grab that so that if we get sparkling water... Oh! Wargs. Maybe Risen. Right there. And here. So you can tell they changed it so there's a bit of light coming off the ground where they're about to come out. Of course, with the elite versions, they have the ability to burrow away from that position, which makes them more threatening, but worth noting. But I have close space finished. You can't... Okay, we're gonna go mortar more of close space then, because I thought we had close space finished. Even more survivability. Ooh. I'm just imagining the king putting the sign in front of the door like, alright, sorry, they're coming to attack, we're not ready yet! Alright, I have a plan. You're gonna stop them with a sign? Look, man, we are out of options. But they seem like genuinely nice people. I really want to speedrun through all of Shovel Knight games to get the achievement for it, but when my current time on each playthrough is roughly 7 to 8 hours, I need a lot of practice. I just don't have enough patience to do so. Yep. If you can't enjoy speedrunning it, like, I would say speedrun it once. If you really do not enjoy it, don't go back. Like, definitely you'll find that there's a lot more to love than expected in a game when you speedrun it, but you gotta speedrun it because you love it, you know? That's unfortunate. The one that can actually take damage. Let's kill. There we are. Drown Trinket 4. Alright. Emotional connection proved. Awesome. I'm loving getting all this equipment. Oh my god, the leather trinket's not even ready. That surprises me. We're gonna leave this room for now. Sorry, but this talent is kind of important to me right now. Definitely a nice talent to gain, but not right now. And I may have lost out on my meat triggers thanks to that, but oh well. Go. Arc right around it twice. Alright, so I'm going to spend a meat charge now to get me to full, so that will increase my max health. Yo, how's it going? Alright, 4 meat charges. So I need 2 more Theans of Meat, and then the problem solves itself. Alright. I need more pieces of meat while at full health. Apparently it dropped meat and I triggered it to a... Alright. Woo! Spirit Knight was my favorite of the 4 games. I knew I could beat it without getting anything. Hence why I did a speedrun for it and got the achievement. Collecting all 3 lilies does absolutely nothing. I just did that for the sake of it. Awesome. Alright, 1 more meat. And we got it. Just gotta not get hit or be at full health when I get the meat. Well. Seems like it's all gone south, but we actually have a solution. So I can use 2 meat charges to get myself... Okay, I guess I have to use all 3, unfortunately. And there we are. Full health, everyone. 3699. Yeah, right now we're just, like, clean up. Now I just want my meat charges. So now that we have all the health, I want the meat charges. Which means just collecting... Now I can collect sparkling water as well. So... And I don't care about my health, because next we're going to be facing a boss. So... The explosion caused it to unfreeze right as I was dashing through the frozen body. That felt sad. And that was just stupidity. That wasn't anything more. Been liking all these silver chests, helping me get my blueprints. Alright. Alright, well I cleared out this area. We only have 1 meat charge, but I think that will be fine. Maybe. You know what? Let's go to the study, get some stuff there for a bit, and then we'll come back. Finally got a folded rune. Awesome, man. Yeah, no. So weird that the new runes are just so hard to find. So weird. Alright. Let's go kill Murmur. I think that's a good thing to be doing with our time. Whoop. Hey! That's the sort of stuff I'm looking for. Alright. So I definitely did that slower than my speedrun, so I gotta be careful, because there's gonna be fiends coming at me earlier than expected. There we are. There we are. Max soup, everyone. Go. Simply simple. Calling the meat charges is a tad confusing since blue potions also charge the stew. Fair enough. But you have to take a talent to make it so the blue potions also charge the stew. Alright. Well, we get a full health recharge once we go to Nama, so I'm wondering if I want to go find Gauntheads first. Yeah, let's find Gauntheads. Whether or not we fight him really depends on our health once we found them, but definitely want to find them right now. That sounds like a good use of my time. Go. Just gain even more iron ore. Howdy, Mr. Streamer. Glad to have you here, Squeak Cheese Taker. We're just playing this game, having a chill time. I usually speedrun this game, but with the new patch, I need to get used to everything. And while I'm getting used to it, I'm just wrecking teeth in. Alright, well, we found Gauntheads, and we might as well fight them. So we've been having... So if there's anything that this patch has taught me, it's that this new, because of the artisan buff, this special heirloom is extremely powerful. So I've just been destroying things with it. So yeah, my current armor set is basically... Yeah, so we have a lot of those realms. My armor set is +4 Crescent Chest and Cape to do my offensive abilities, and then Helm, Weapon, and Trinket all being Obsidian to give myself a ton of health. I am half the level of my opponents, but it really doesn't matter when I have this much damage out. When I know the enemies well enough that they're not really a threat. I say as I take damage that I shouldn't. Oof. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, we're making some mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, we're all human. Though I'm supposed to be superhuman. That was what's said on the chart. Alright. I can't read your comments right now because I've already made a few mistakes here. I don't want to make more. But my gosh, the fact that I have so much survivability is amazing. There we go. There's one Gaunthead. And with one Gaunthead, we should be good. Alright. That's certainly a lot of HP. Yep. You say with a Kappa, as in, like... I get that you probably have more HP than me. You probably... I'm sure people are of higher level have a lot more HP. Try the new set much? No, the new set is a strength-based set, and I've been doing, intelligence-based builds. I do have access to it. It seems to be a better version of the Sanguine set, but I just don't really use it. Is Enoch's old battle theme in the background? No idea. Alright. So here's a theme. I could go to the Kerguelen Plateau. So, here, just so you know, Squeak Cheese Taker, we are going to be facing Lamek, or Nama Prime here. Obsidian seems good. Yes, Obsidian. So I have a +100 Unity, which means my Vitality gets an additional 20% buff. So, as you can see, I have 271 vitality compared to my 70 strength. So, quite notably durable. Don't have more. I've never seen more than 2k, especially on Chef. Obsidian seems good, but yeah. Alright. Oh, I'm like, what hit me? That was a void projectile, but then I realized because there's these guys here, I didn't even bother paying attention to that. Oh my gosh. So I have a theme so that traps actually deal more damage. So this is a horrible... I've been doing horribly here because traps deal probably more damage than a Maw right now. So this is just me performing, like, that was a bad start. A bad start. Now, I have no spell to really help me out. This spell is more for dealing with hordes than dealing with bosses. But nonetheless, this has been unacceptable from me. Time to shape up. I love the heart. I love the heart. I love how that heart goes into the story of Nama as you explore more about her. Alright, I'm going to use this chance to heal myself up. Yeah, those two splitting was not good for me. Anyways, we have no more healing. I used all my charges to keep myself safe. There we go. Yeah, the void projectiles actually makes it easier for me. At least in my mind it does. There we go. That's the boss. Took more damage than I should have, but still gonna be alright. Ooh. The new lore is really well done. It is. If she had a child, did she also have a husband? Oh, Joel, have you not beaten the rest of it? So yes, she did. I could tell you who the husband is if you'd like me to tell you. Well, I'm going to say it, and you can just mute it for 5 seconds. The husband is Enoch. That's one of the big themes of his fight. That the husband is Enoch, the other estuary. Alright, I said the spoiler. You can come back. Whew. Alright. Yeah, I'm not really using skill crits or the other one. Sharon's Trial, I think, is just going to get me killed. We're going to go a little lower on Resolve than I appreciate, but... Try the new classes much? Yeah, not Ronin as much as I want to. But I have tried the Bard quite a bit. Definitely feel like I need a bit more experience with the Bard before I can really start like showing the potential. But it seems like they have a lot, like a ton of potential. So, alright, that's all the healing I want before I go do that change. Do plan to do the Bard more. And once I make a strength build, I think I'll end up liking the Ronin. But like the problem is this is such a heavy intelligence over strength build that it really is not rational to be a character as reliant on strength as the Ronin. Ah. Oh well. Oh well. Found... Yeah. Bard's got very high skill cap. Ronin is super good. Yeah. If you go full strength, I've watched people that go full strength and just like they're one-shotting things with a Ronin, and like when you have that long-range one-shotting attack, like that seems amazing. But I don't have that long-range one-shotting attack. I have a long-range Pecker that's not dealing too much damage. Because Ronin has no connection to intelligence, it does not work for the set I've been using. There we go. Because yeah, with the drown set and stuff, it seems like an amazing class. Thing is, the Bard, maybe it's just because I'm an intelligence build and the Bard queues off on intelligence in a lot of ways I didn't realize. But the Bard just seems generally, if you can figure out how to use it, it's going to be strong. As a person who goes with intelligence, it's definitely seen absolutely insane. Oh, didn't even realize there was a Doomfist there. Didn't punish me, though. So, thought about starting a new save and going int. Seems fun. Definitely. Int builds are... I would say that they deal even more damage than strength builds, but you have to, like... The whole thing that makes an int build challenging is you have to strategize. You can't just... If you mash your attack, like... I think you can definitely use your spells much more than most people do, but you can't just throw your spells out willy-nilly the way you can with attacks, which means you have to really be considerate. A lot of the times the attack is literally just charging up your weapon, so you have to recognize that. And it makes some classes, like sometimes you just can't play the character because like, for example, sometimes you get Wind Wall or a talent that doesn't really deal damage, and it becomes a thing of, can you even, like, play the character because you don't have a damage source? That is definitely an issue you run into. If the class doesn't have a innate use of intelligence in their class somehow. Like, for example, the Gunslinger has Suave as a natural effect. For example, the Barbarian is the perfect example because the Barbarian doesn't have a good way to even recover mana because its Spin to Win does not give even a single point of mana, which means that when you play the Barbarian, you really are just cutting yourself off from so many resources. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to deal damage with a Barbarian when you can't rely on your weapon for damage output. You do not gain spells fast enough. Alright, I just need to kill one of them. There we are. Now we got this in the back. You know what? Yeah, let's use that. Alright, shoot. There we go. Didn't even take damage, so saving that meat wasn't even necessary. Do you mostly play Gunslinger, Bard, Chef, and Mage then? Chef has been amazing, so I've been playing a lot of Chef. I've actually been playing a lot of Knight. Knight has really fast recovery with its attacks. But yeah, a lot of the... Yeah, I've definitely been doing more of the intelligence-based classes. Not as much Mage as you might think. I don't know what... Maybe it's just that I'm not getting offered good mages. Like, I feel like I haven't been offered mage very often. But... Yep. Knight is so good, he was my first full clear this path. Yeah. So, in addition, Knight is a class that everyone has experience with. And as someone who speedruns, I have to constantly use the Knight for my speedrun stuff. So... That is a lot of resolve. I'm going to leave that there for now. Good crits, nice... Yeah, good attacks, nice crit condition, and effectively a parry. Yep. As a speedrunner, you have to get very used to the knight, and the shield bash, once you can do that precisely, it's just broken. It's just flat out broken. Not even, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a broken ability. Alright. Yep. Easy enough. And so the funny thing is, the knights, so I'm not sure if you know this, but the reason that the knight's shield bash got nerfed in the first place is because we were over abusing it as speedrunners, and it's still one of the most powerful talents to this date, even with the nerfs they had to do. What does resolve mean in the game? You mentioned it, but what is it? So you see how I have 90% resolve? That means whatever my max health is supposed to be, I actually only have 90% of it. So if I took that relic, it would have taken 30 resolve, which would have taken 30% of my max health. So it would have really reduced my survivability. And right now I think just survivability is how I'm going to be winning through this. But yeah, so whenever you get, as long as you resolve is what you use to buy all these relics and stuff, those little thieves at the bottom that give me the special abilities. It costs, once your resolve goes below 100, it starts costing you max health. So that's why I don't use it too often. Yeah. Gunslinger got buffed quite a bit in this patch. Find him good now? Yes, me too. Me too. I'm going to do something a little ridiculous. I'm going to start claiming the Sun Tower and use the fact that I fully heal when I face Enoch as hopefully my means to get to Irad and take care of that. Because the Sun Tower is the most dangerous part of my speedruns, so I have to assume it's the most dangerous part here as well. Go. Alright, we got a chest there. I'm not used to just casually going through this area. So I'm like halfway wondering if I'm supposed to even be stopping here or if I'm supposed to be just avoiding it. Alright, we have a bunch of meat down here. If we have problems while climbing, we can come back down to get 3 charges of meat. Do you do tactical deaths in speedrun to level up, or generally try to go for as little generations as possible? So right now, it is as little generations as possible. There's definitely places where tactical deaths could be added in. We've been doing a theme where there's actually a tactical death at the very beginning, because there are some traits that are so good if you can get a starting trait, like combative, or something, or like just a starting relic off of it. It's so potent that it's actually worthwhile to die tactically at the very beginning. Also back in Far Shores, there was a tactical death right after beating Lamech, I believe it was. So there are places for tactical deaths, but right now we found that the time to level up your character eats in a lot more than you expect. Now that we have more game, now that we have a bigger threat that we need to level up to face, tactical deaths might start becoming a theme, but right now the run is just the run could be done at level 1 with no, I think, yeah, the world record right now is a level 1 run, because he killed himself for a good trait and then didn't even bother buying, any benefits. So, yes, there are tactical deaths, but funnily enough, the tactical deaths have nothing to do with leveling, it just has to do with traits. By the way, I just got to 1 million. I got to 1,000,000 gold. I don't know how long ago that was, but that, I think, is my first time getting to 1,000,000 gold. Well, time to kill some enemies to get the armor back. So I'm assuming the resolve can only go to 0% since I don't think negative health is a thing. Yep, once you hit 0%, your health becomes 1. It's like having ostenogenesis. Didn't know deathless runs have already been done. It will probably be harder now. Yep, there has not been deathless runs since this new patch. The main Mindful Line does level 1 runs of this game, and he's been like, he spent all of yesterday just trying to figure out how to fight Irad at level 1 effectively, because all the ads just make Irad so much harder than he needs to be. I want to get my charges, and then I want to go into that room. Alright. No, just down there. You know what? I'm gonna go back inside, up, to try to find... Woo! Just gotta be careful where they spawn. Alright, so I need to kill one more. So the reason I'm not getting these during the fights is because I might get a mini-boss, and then there might be only one enemy to face. And I can't charge that up. Alright. There we go. Get myself some frog loyalty. Whew. Go. Whew. In RL1, it took so long for people to do it because of Slime Boss. Yeah, Herodotus. Gosh, so I've done a few speedruns of Rogue Legacy 1. Herodotus was the nightmare. That was why I couldn't do it consistently. But yeah, Two-Ball, I will say this much. I was really worried Two-Ball, whatever Two-Ball was going to be, that was going to be worse than Herodotus. Then I learned that's not possible, so now I'm feeling a lot better. Like, I definitely will say the ads are being a bit of an issue. The fact that you need to kill all the swarming creatures as you're fighting it, and we're not at a high enough level to really just destroy them, is a hurting thing. But I feel like Two-Ball isn't that bad. Definitely opinionated. Others have definitely had issues. Basically, here's the thing. Two-Ball seems pretty bad for the speedrun, but Two-Ball is also not Herodotus, to put simply. Two-Ball is worse than any other boss when it comes to, like, doing level 1 speedruns. But if we found a way through Herodotus, we'll find a way through Two-Ball. I'm certain of it. Alright. Definitely feels like what would be not the last boss, but one of the later bosses. Yep. Second to last feels good for it. I was trying to eat that before the meat landed in there and got teleported to me. Oh well. We lost the meat charge for nothing. Oof. Do that. Whew. Oh, we still have one treasure chest near the top. Alright. Oop. Well, I'll pick up that meat on my way down, I guess. Aha! Max soup, everyone. Meat, not rip. The chicken that was killed for it is rip, but meat itself is not rip. Whew. There we go. I have to farm fairy chests a bit more than I usually do. As in, I actually have to go enter fairy chest rooms, and I can. There we are. Alright, but if a vegan chef can still drink stew, what is it actually made of? Interesting question. That is actually a valid... That is a valid criticism of the vegans' dietary habits. If meat is literally trying to kill them, maybe it's like how sparkling water can charge up stew. The meat charges stew, like the bone itself is used, but not the meat. Like it's one of those flavoring, like bone broth, how it uses the bone to flavor, but not to actually eat. It might be something like that. Which still, a vegan not eating the meat, but getting close to eating it, is concerning in its own right. Alright. Well. We made it all the way up the tower. Something that, when I'm doing speedruns, is a lot harder. Didn't realize it'd be this easy. Though it might have something to do with just this class and weapon combo being absolutely amazing. Yeah, in case you're wondering, because they changed the passive of the chef to artisan, this ladle is a broken weapon. Alright. I must go now, so have a good game session. Thank you very much for coming by, Joel Takai. Thank you very much for coming by. Alright. Let's see if we can beat Enoch Prime. We have all the survivability. We can take one hit without taking damage. We have 3,500 health. We have a special thing so that we can sometimes survive the final hit. We lack a good spell, but that's it for where we're lacking. Which, who needs a good spell when you have a ladle? Alright. Yeah. That's usually the safe attack, where it's just like, okay, time to pile on damage. Now it's actually the time to start worrying about projectiles coming at you. Yeah, I like the passives, but I feel like the chef's passive, they might have gone a little too strong for it. Like, it's an Amaterasu Sun for free. Well, suddenly, everything's going south. Well, not everything. We still have a ton of health despite the damage taken. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I can't believe I got hit so many times in a row. Okay. These things can still hit me. Be cautious. Alright, time to use every single meat. That was pathetic. That was a pathetic phase 2. Not the worst phase 2 of my life. Well, actually, it might have, because... So one of the things worth noting is they increased the jump height of his jumps. So you can actually go under him while still jumping. So... Oh my gosh, didn't go high enough though. Oh no. We are on the wrong corner. Okay, next hit kills. Don't get hit. There we go. Whew. I think we just go for Irad like this, because the risk of dying at 0 health is a thing. Ronin passive is also pretty good, yep. Ronin passive is plus 20% strength, I believe. Yeah. So if you have a strength-based build, Ronin is insane. That's why I've been told that if you actually have a strength-based build, Ronin is insane. Most other passives that aren't that insane on other weapons, it's mostly just Chef. Are there any reworks that you don't like? Yeah, no, so I was playing the beta patch back before this patch came out, and the one rework I didn't like was the hammers having the circle where they can target you instead of just themselves. And, what happened is they reworked it. Before this patch came live, they made it much smaller, so you can actually, if they target you, you can actually escape the location you're in. Instead of just, if you're in a bad spot, get wrecked. Because you can't leave. Isn't the Gunslinger basically the same passive, but for intelligence? I guess. Suave is a plus 15%. Add 15% of your intelligence to the weapon. So yeah, I guess. No, I think it's... debatable. Debatable. Oh. Well, it's a good thing I have those charges. So much survivability. Again, if we face a mini-boss, I want to get healing from actually facing enemies. Another game I plan on speedrunning is Mario 64 DS, 200%. Only problem is I got top 100 time. I can't validate it since I don't have a recording. Oh. Yeah, no. DS games, like, the sort of things to validate those. Ugh. So in case you're wondering, you need like a specific capture card to capture specific games. And the DS one, they stopped, like, Nintendo itself never created them. And so a third-party company had to do it, and that third-party company went out of business. So now if you either need that 3DS or you need to like buy it off of someone, which buying off of someone has the problem that they can raise the price however much they want, and there's nothing you can do about it. Alright, if I manage to not use any meats during this fight, and keeping the Koli Shell charged at the end, then I have access to just facing Irad after this, which will be the final boss for this playthrough. And if I can pull it off, would mean that this character has beaten every boss except Lamek Prime. Alright. Perfect. Alright, just need to get a 6th charge and then not lose it. There we are. Alright, we are ready for Irad. How come you have a decent amount of vampirism? All runes, correct. It is all runes. Alright, I'm just going to return to main menu as the way to teleport over to Irad because it's just faster than backtracking all the way. But yeah, also Soul Steel is intelligence-based, so there is a rune that increases your life gain that's not based off of life. Oof. Alright, here we go. Last guy. And I have a pretty good DPS weapon, but I don't, not the best talent for this. Yeah, my talent and spell are not the best, but everything else is solid. The fact that I'm so many levels behind Irad, and yet you can see the health bar going down with as big of bursts as it does, with as quickly as it does, this is a show of how much damage this guy does with a ladle. My main goal in the game is to get a high enough new game that when Irad and Tubal Prime comes out eventually, I will have them available. Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah. I am... Like, I understand they want to reward people for going into higher and higher New Game Pluses. I disagree with the idea of having the Prime bosses be locked by New Game Plus. I'm on the grounds that they should just be locked by completing their challenge of figuring out their insight. Like the plus 15% damage bonus. I think that should be the unlock trigger, not the New Game Plus level. Like, if they want to put themselves in a really hard fight, they know what they're doing. But, like, they shouldn't have to beat the game 4 times to face one new boss, you know? The story shouldn't wait till New Game Plus 7, sort of thing. Primes are by far the most interesting burdens, and the fact that they're locked by New Game Plus levels, I don't like it. I think people should be able to get all the Prime bosses by New Game Plus 2 or 3. Like, but right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So you need to get plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6. You need to go all the way to New Game Plus 7 to get to the Prime bosses. To beat all the Prime bosses, to just for one more boss, you have to beat the entire game. And I don't feel good about that. I don't feel good about that. Well, this character beat every boss except for Lamek Prime, and you know for a fact that this character was good enough to beat Lamek Prime. Oof. But yeah, primes are by far the coolest theme with the burden system. That you could unlock new bosses like that. And I understand it's the reward for going to New Game Pluses. But at a certain point, the reward for New Game Plus should be I get to keep playing the game, not I get to unlock more lore. Like, obviously, I love having more lore. I like having to work for it. But there's a certain point where it's like, I am the exception. You can't... Future Successors Bargain, I'm going to keep getting money first. But yeah, maybe I should start looking for a Future Successors Bargain. But yeah, I'm at full health, everyone. I'm not going to be killing myself just yet. But... what am I saying? Yeah, so I don't think, like, the average person should not, like, a lot of people want to hear the lore, and they shouldn't have to rely on going all the way to New Game Plus 7 just to know what the story of, like, certain characters is, you know? Like, New Game Plus 1, fine. New Game Plus 2 plus do the secret areas, like, you can make that argument. I'm good for that argument. New Game Plus 7? Guys. The average person isn't going to want to do that. And I recognize the average person isn't going to get the lore, but it's like... Ooh, got a Hyperion's Ring and Lachesis Measure. Never gonna die. Alright. I'm currently in New Game Plus 3 with a lot of hours, and yeah, it's a bit of a grind. Yep. Exactly, like, if you enjoy it, great. But as it keeps progressing, the fact that you have to progress all the way to New Game Plus 7 to get to the final theme, just... I think that's expecting too much. As a speedrunner, I don't want to, like... I'm glad that it's isolated to the few who really work for it. I think you could do less and still be amongst those that truly work for it. Oof. Oh. Can't I just... Yeah. Sprint. There we go. I thought it was always called Lamech's Measure. Makes sense because Lamech is a character that you know. I think a lot of the runes and like fabled weapons and stuff are actually weapons and items from different games. Like from the other games that Celador Games have released. Oh, there's still a dot. Let's get everything outside first. Alright, cool. Jeez. Not as friendly of a room as I thought it was going to be. Whenever I see wargs, my ladle gets antsy. Alright, one more over there. Whew. Ugh. Doggies are honestly one of the most difficult enemies in the game. Yep. Like, that's been its way since they were introduced in Far Shores Update. Arguably, it's been that way since they were introduced in Rogue Legacy 1. Alright, so awesome theme. This room always has a meat lantern. Always has a meat lantern. Whew. Came out of that with full health and full meat. Feels good. Alright, we're just gonna set that off and you're dead. As for you, there we go. I even knew that spec trap was there. You guys are wondering that one treasure chest that's missing is one of those where I have to climb the tower of boxes, but the boxes were all the explodey boxes. So the moment I destroyed one, the entire tower went down. Ooh. Alright. But yeah, I think we're just about full clear with this character, because why not? I do believe there was, what was I saying? There is one bargain that, one of those trade your soul for 30% gold gain bargains. I think I do have one somewhere. I just don't remember where. Maybe in the Kerguelen Plateau? Who knows? The thing is, we're not heading off to New Game Plus 9 yet. I have to do some things with the dragon. So... Alright. We have a path down there. Alright. The Shovel Knight's New Game Plus, you do it once and never again. And since it changes the gameplay features enough to feel unique compared to the main stories, but in the end, it's the same thing you've already done with a bit of spice added. Future bargain should bring you to 2 mil. I feel good about that. But I'm still maxing out. I'm maxing out. Because I have the opportunity. Thanks. Oof. Go. Not figured that stage thing yet. I'm usually pretty dumb with these. Yep. Yeah, no, it's just figuring this all out. Oh my gosh. There we go. Thanks. Just use one so that when I drop meat, thanks to the body buffet, which by the way, the body buffet has been coming in during this run. Awesome, got the arc perfect. Alright, Warg. There you go. Use that. Okay, you need to go down. Okay, I have a solution. Solution didn't pan out when he was too close to the corner. Alright. Let's see. There's one. Whew. Find the routine. It's hard talking about New Game Plus Shovel Knight without actually spoiling what changes, so... I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure I'm gonna be how much New Game Plus I'm gonna be doing with Shovel Knight. I think I got my fill for Shovel Knight, man. Like, I still have, like, a Dark Souls playthrough I need to get back to, and... Well, of course, this. I need to start doing these speedruns once more. Like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I think I got my fill. Worgen Florgans are a theme of nightmares. Yeah. Definitely. They're also the things that turn boys into men. I know there's one running around underground. I just needed to... There we go. Alright. Entry Preventry, once again, best enemy name. Not gonna deny that. Darn good name, if I may add. There we go. Gotta make sure they don't teleport and hit me in the face. Go. Pack soldier down. And now we go for the eyeball. Ooh, 2 eyeballs. Enough enemies in this room that I've recharged my Coleus shell in that time. Impressive, if I do say so myself. Ooh. Oh yeah, I have max sizing as a burden. So the world is 50% larger. My apologies. I guess that's something you didn't need to. That's fine, you don't have to return it, but if you have to do Spectre Knight is the one to return to first. Got it. I will state I might on my own time return to Keen Knight. I did have a lot of fun with that last one. I like strategy games, so Joust was fantastic for me. Awesome. Actually got Thing on the Warg. There we go. Oof. Neat right there. The Dark Souls trilogy has a neat story, but it's only told through item descriptions, some of which are only found in super secret areas or locked behind New Game Plus. Yep. I do know a lot about, like, I know that the story is through item descriptions. I don't know what the story is, but I know about that much about it, so. The problem is, is there like a place in the menu where you get item descriptions? Because I feel like I was supposed to be able to read item descriptions, and I'm like, I have a bunch of items, and I don't know where to find their descriptions. Like, it's not just on the item sort of thing, you know? Feeling like I'm supposed to, like, be able to enter a menu, but there's a button after. Thank you. So yeah, I was re-rolling to see if I could get the bargain to trade my soul for more gold. Because yeah, once I'm done here, I think I am going to start looking for that, because there's a certain point where it's like, this character has lasted long enough. And we're not even done with this new game, because I still have something I need to do. And it requires multiple characters. So... And if I start the next game, I think it resets. Or at the very least, I have to go kill Tubal again. So... Because I want to talk to Mr. Dragon Guy, because T-Lore showed me that I could get 500 souls from him. So I intend to get 500 souls from Mr. Dragon Guy. Alright. Is Catalyst worth it? My damage is coming from the effect itself, not from my weapon attacks while the effect is active. And also the Catalyst just reduces my survivability even more. Which honestly at this point, reducing my survivability might be a good thing in and of itself. Because this needs to end at some point, you know? But it's not something I do actively, you know? Alright. 500 whole souls? Yep. Exactly why I want to do it. So yeah, you can talk to him the way you can talk to other characters. And one of the... Like, the way you can talk to the other characters over by the... over by the shores when you get a new character. And then eventually they'll tell their story and give you souls. The dragon does the same thing. Oof. All right. Whew. Gotta be careful, because if they explode next to the tiles, they'll break the tiles. Like so. Alright. Well, we'll deal with that later. Just a sec. I'm gonna finish this area, and then I'm gonna respond to your question. I'm guessing the souls can be spent on revives or extra health or something along those lines. It's spent on castle. Like, it allows us... So it's... Think of it as the premium currency to allow you to upgrade your castle. The thing is, unlike other currencies, the only way to get it is by beating bosses that you haven't beaten before. Which means, of course... There's a limited amount of souls in the world, but not only that, you have, like, you will not max out, and that's one of the big challenges. That there's still all these things, like, there's all these things you need to do to get enough souls. There is, yeah, and there is a soul shop item that you need 50 different purchases beforehand to unlock, and I don't know if anyone has seen that item yet, and there are people at New Game Plus 10, so... They piqued my curiosity. Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, there's scars too, but those are also maxed out. Alright. Yeah, the scars also have a max, but that is another way to gain souls. I do need to learn to do the Neuropraxis scar, though. Neuropraxis is a scar that I cannot do due to my control scheme. So I am going to have to do that one of these days. I'm going to have to get gold medal. I think I'm going to get the gold medal, and then I'm going to plug in a controller, get the gold medal, and then never touch it again. Alright. This time, I'll take the damage. I accept. Ooh. Alright. Let's do that. And we're just not going to bother with that. That seems like a... not the best solution, but the solution, nonetheless. Go. Even dropped meat. Ooh. Peekaboo! Doug's has seen me playing with the... whoever... yeah, I'm playing Rogue Legacy 2. This is the new patch. I've been exploring the new area, trying to just master it, clear out the entire area. It is a super area, and then I have a theme to increase its size by another 50%. So this area is... okay, hold up. I could use the mouse to scroll. This is all one... this green theme is all one area. So I've just been exploring around, trying to clear it out. Oof. So I won't get any more until the Prime bosses come out. Well, I can get more from going into higher New Game Pluses. So I can get more souls from being the boss at a higher New Game Plus, which is why I'm at New Game Plus 8 and such. But yeah, it means that every soul is extremely valuable. And so... any tips for the True S3 and the Tiny... oh, the Close Space Scar. Like, not off the top of my head, no tips. Just... like, it's one of those... it's one of those that... I hate to say it because I got... like, basically because I got good, I don't really know what the difficulty is, other than I hear it's hard. Unfortunately. I'm trying to think of general advice. Get good at kicking off of it. Get good at dashing under it. Play a class you're confident in before you play a class that's, like, suggested for it. And, like, these are all just, like, very generic. I don't really have, like, oh, this is how you do it. Follow this exact guide, you'll be fine. Like, I just kind of do. Alright. Need to go this way. It's very hard to 1-2 gold. See which gun... yeah. Let's see. He's just very tanky with level 1 gear, I guess. So yeah, you can't really upgrade... yeah, you can't really upgrade the bosses out. Apparently, I haven't finished Close Space, so you'll watch me do Close Space, and maybe through watching me, you can figure it out. But yeah, I probably will end up having to do Close Space today, because apparently I didn't complete it, because I ended up getting a... what's it called? I ended up getting a connection to it, so... will this game technically be classed as a Metroidvania since its platform makes with combat in large open worlds? Yeah. it is technically a Metroidvania. I definitely feel like the Metroid element has not lived up to my expectations. I hate to say it, but I wish the game was much more open for you to go the path you want, and then, like, if you want to break the, or, like, not go by the order it expects you to, I shouldn't, like, I feel like it doesn't allow that enough. Well, even without the death theme, we are already at nearly 1,000,000 gold. Alright, well, we explored this area. We'll return to main menu to get out, and we'll head through the Kerguelen Plateau. The idea for... yeah, once this run's over, I'm probably going to leave. Makes sense. Yeah, no. This one run is going hours. Alright, so you see that little question mark that's still glowing? That might be our bargain to get ourselves the 2.5 mil and to just close this out, because while I could get more, we need to stop at some point. What am I doing? What I'm doing is I'm falling asleep at the wheel. Never mind. Another one right there. Oof. Making actual Metroidvania roguelike is basically impossible, as they're kind of opposites. Yep. And, like, I definitely like that they've been doing the roguelike formula, but as you're saying, they're basically opposites, and the conclusion they came up to, it's fine. It's definitely a good one. It's just, like, as someone who likes Metroidvanias, I feel as if it's a bit misleading. Alright. Alright, cool. That one's also next to the teleport. So all the question marks that haven't been revealed are fortunately next to... are already revealed enough. Nope. And we're out of rolls, by the way, everyone. We are out of rolls. Alright, there's one here. Let's see if this is it. If not, we will be exploring this study. Nope. If I can get full charges, I might grab Charon's Trial. I'm not even sure there's enough enemies to fight. Wow, not one shot. Impressive. Go. Alright. Opinion on Barbarian Shout versus Bard Finale. So keep in mind, Barbarian Shout, I think, destroys many more objects than Bard Finale does. That being said, like, for the Bard, like, I haven't been able to compare them, really, because of that. I will state that, like, the ability to destroy much bigger objects with a shout is valuable. Also, the ability to freeze melee weapons. Like, here's the thing. Bard Shout is a offensive weapon mixed with defensive tools. The Barbarian Shout is a sheer defensive weapon. And that's an important distinction. we go. One other Metroidvania game is like the Ori games. Yep. That's a good... I have seen people play the Ori through the Ori games. I own them, I just haven't had the time to play them, which tells you a lot about how much time I have to play things. Because I keep playing this one. Oh. Yeah, I will say the recharge of the barbarians is very unreliable. But then again, the bard also takes a long time. But nonetheless, I will say of the two, the bards is probably better in the general sense. But that doesn't mean that the barbarian is strictly that bad, strictly a bad like talent or anything like that. Just means it's kind of hard to use. What areas have I not checked? I guess here? Is it there? Alright. It could also be there. It could also be one of those two. Which, if it's one of those two, I'd rather just keep exploring and finish completing the castle, because... Yeah, you can still poke on the notes if you have Bard Finale on someone else. So, it still works. It's just, there's a theme where the Bard gets more damage from pogoing on fiends. So, it won't be as much damage for other classes. And it's just the theme that the Bard Finale doesn't block all projectiles. Ow. I'm like, what is that theme next to the... There was like an arrow next to the enemy, and then I realized that was just my mouse cursor. They have a special cursor if you use mouse and keyboard. And I usually have it off screen, but it wasn't off screen this time. All my fault there. Oop. I'm like, is this a new mechanic that I didn't know about? No, it's a mistake that I need to notice. Fantastic. All right. Go. Go. That was not how I wanted to start that fight. There we go. Still gain equipment. Leviathan Trinket 4. Oh, that feels good. That feels... I would like to replace the Crescent set with the Leviathan set. I think there's a theme where the intelligence boost is actually significant enough on the Leviathan set that's sometimes better. Alright. There's a room at the end there. If it has it, we finally kill this character off. The immortal chef that slaughtered all the immortal estuaries. Finally gets to be put to rest. No. I think I might have switched it out because I didn't think this run was going to get this far. So I switched it out for another relic and then picked that up. That might be what occurred. We'll explore this area. There's enough locations here for me to be getting myself killed, or otherwise getting myself more gold. But yeah, at this point we're about to hit 3 mil with this. And keep in mind, there was a purchase of like 51k that I shouldn't have made, but did. I should have just taken that Sharon's trial. Got myself a little bit more of a gold increase. It's like plus 20% is kind of insignificant when you have plus 225% gold right now. And the risk of just getting yourself killed is there. But, like, honestly, right now, the possibility of dying is up. Like, I've started to think that's a positive here. Oof. Go. Go. I own a few games I should get to playing, like Borderlands 2 and Just Cause 2, but at the moment, I just find them uninteresting. They're not bad, it's just, yeah, it takes a while to get used to them. Definitely. I mean, I have the whole Souls, the whole Dark Souls series that I need to play through, that I own, but never touched. Yeah, no, I understand, like, games that you should play, you know they're good, it's just, I need to get in the mood, and you're not in the mood, therefore... Let's not bring up the fact that I need to play them. Gonna wait for that to die, just in case. Awesome. Let's path over here real quick. There's nothing to do after a full map clear, right? Just retire? Yep. The thing is, there is a possibility of... There's a item that could give me plus... basically, kill me and give me plus 30% gold. And if I could find that item, we're in a very good positive. Gain 3.2 thousand damage Ronin crits. Feels good. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Go. We're going to use one meat because who knows when we'll recover more. And when it happens, I'd rather not have full charges. Whew. Oh boy. Already failed. Yep. Dash lanterns for those sort of challenges. Just suddenly a lot harder. Ronin's range is so big it just could outrange the... Oh, you can attack the... you could attack Tubal while he's using one of his explosion attacks. That's pretty awesome. Like the crafting one, and I'm assuming... That's good to know. For some reason, I love the Borderlands 1 game. Played through it multiple times on New Game Plus. But soon I went back to Borderlands 2. I just found... Yep, no, I actually did the same thing. I was playing through New Game Plus 1 Borderlands. 1 Borderlands 2 was announced. And so I stopped playing so I could play Borderlands 2. I have all of the, like, expansion stuff. And I've never even completed the base game of Borderlands 2. So I understand entirely. Crafting and phase change. Yeah, dash lanterns. If there's one, like, flaw in the design of this game, it's the dash lanterns. And, like, I think that dash lanterns can work. I think that the fact that they're broken and, like, aren't balanced is kind of a charm of a roguelike. But at the same time, like, if there's anywhere where you'd complain about this game, it's the dash lanterns. Trust me, as someone who speedruns Sun Tower, I know. Dash lanterns are definitely where you start the complaints. It's where I started my complaints. There's 2 rooms in the game where if you dash on dash lanterns, you go into ceiling spikes. Yep. So what happens is the dash lanterns replace the kick lanterns. And the problem, I think if the dash lanterns just had like a low range kick that you could use, it would be fine. But they don't. There we are. So, yeah, definitely, like, they are made to not shoot you as for areas where they don't launch you as high. And for challenges where yeah, they're made to be the replacements for other lanterns, and no lantern shoots as high as that one. I have to have done this one, right? Yep. And question of the day, have you looked at the SCP universe? I do not like horror games. Of course, the person who answers my question goes into SCP. So, I know of it. I have a lot of friends that are fans of it. I am not able to handle horror whatsoever. So, unfortunately, there's a game called Control. I watched a playthrough of that with the lights on and, you know, all that sort of stuff, but that's as close as I got to the SCP universe. And keep in mind, in Control, you are much more in control. You are the powerhouse that fiends need to fear, not the fiend running away. SCP is a lot of blog-style posts and fan-made games. Alright. But yeah, no, I don't read the SCP universe. I know it's mostly horror stuff. Of, like, objects being more intimidating than they first look. Yeah, SCP is terrifying. Thank you. I do not want to end up having nightmares. Like, I have too many as it is. Oof. I can recommend the audiobooks on YouTube. The stories are really good and fun in my opinion. Well, here's the thing. I'm hearing that it's scary, and I cannot handle horror in the slightest, okay? So it's the combination of those two that's preventing me from doing that. I do appreciate it. I do know they're good quality, but it's just... Like, if you tell me a bit of a premise, I could probably... Like, the whole thing of the story challenge is that I get challenged with, like, to make a story out of a premise or something like that. So, like, if you have an SCP-style premise you want me to try to pull off, I'll see what I can do, but that's definitely... Like, to say it's my weak point is an understatement. Does Chef have any traits? Are you talking about... Oh, this Chef? FMF fan. Just FMF fan. So, no negatives. The only negative is FMF fan, which isn't really a negative. Most of the SCPs aren't scary. There's one called Bob's Burger Shop or something, so I don't know. It's not all that bad. Yep. The best negative trait in the game. FMF fan. Well. The premise of SCP is that there's a foundation that finds items and creatures that should be impossible to exist in the real world. And there's even stuff like IKEA that goes on infinitely. Jeez. Well, we've now cleared out this area, and still no bargains. Alright. We're gonna go to the starting area. The starting area has 2 guaranteed places to find relics. And we'll hopefully find it. Oh. Throne door rooms are currently sealed. Caution sign. You know what? Fantastic on my part. Truly, the stuff of legends. Whew. At least IKEA has enough furniture to live there. Don't know what to do about food consumption, though. Yeah. So the most comical theme that, of that sort of style of stuff, the only one that I can muster is one called Welcome to Night Vale. But that's more of a comedy. It's set in that world than actually a horror theme itself. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, the fairy chest is here. Just hidden in the dark corner. There are food stands at some IKEAs. There's a whole... Just like how there are food stands at some, what's that one place called? I can't remember the name of... There's like a supermarket that my family goes to whenever we head into the city. So... But I just remember being a kid and like just hunting down those food stands because it was the only thing to do there. And their food was taste good. Oof. Revert to swing. There we go. Ooh. I didn't know that. Thanks. Yep. Oof. So. Keep. Ooh! Oof. I actually dashed too fast. There was a coin that I never collected, I don't think. Oh well. 6.4k super crit. Heavy stone bargain. Ah, nice. Is heavy stone... Question. Is heavy stone bargain good with a Ronin? Like, I feel like that relic is never good. But, like... I'm thinking like Ranger and maybe Ronin would be the two that could make it work. And they're two classes I can't really play, which is funny. But yeah, as a person who uses magic, the idea of Heavy Stone Bargain basically just heavily reducing the amount of mana regeneration I can get makes it not worthwhile in my playthroughs, but Definitely see it in others. Don't know if you heard about Shop Lidl. They have released their own clothing brands. I gotta wait till I clear out this room real fast. But Shop Lidl has released their own clothing brands. Bright yellow and blue. Who, although most people mistake it for IKEA since they are the same color. I'm always disappointed. 2 seconds is a lot. Yep, exactly what I was fearful of. Like, every time I use Heavy Stone Bargain, it's like, hey, this will be a time where it's good. And then I'm always... I mean, it was... Like, I think at best, it's like my feeling with Heavy Stone Bargain is at least it's not a negative this time. Oof. Fully heal. Whew. Whew. Go. Alright, here's the first room. And we found neither good relic. And we're out of exchanges, so... Here's the second one. No. Unfortunate. Alright. There is still more to explore, but at this point it's like... I don't think there's anything that can kill us. Like, I'd have to work to make something kill me. Like, I'm working on it right now, as you can see. But... Okay, now there's just being mistakes, because I know for a fact I've maxed out, I've got golded heavy weapons. Now it's just like, so there is a theme in case people didn't know. You can't get more than, once you perfect an area, one of those challenges, you can no longer get empathies with it. So the fact that I'm getting heavy weapon empathies, I know for a fact I've golded that. Alright. Oof. Yeah, it was. It's supposed to be banned. That's the issue. So that's really weird that happened. Because I also got small spaces or whatever it's called. Like I should have. The only one I shouldn't have is Neuropraxis. I'm pretty sure I spent some decent time making sure the rest are all cleaned out. Alright, well. Alright, I have to go this way to get the treasure chest. I'm gonna actually check out these routes real fast. Alright. Don't know how far those will go, so get rid of them now. There we go. You got that too? Heavy weapons empathy, but alright, gold. Maybe it's a typo, like I actually have the, I don't have the heavy weapons empathy, I have the more Neuropraxis empathy, and I just, like, mistyped. Maybe. Just trying to think of reasons that could happen. Alright. Heavy weapons is new, so maybe it's just bugged. Possible. I mean, it's not newer to that edition. That edition was added in this, like, patch, as far as I understand. Come on. Go. Well, either way, I think I have enough ore for most of the things I need. Like, I have 309,000. Hopefully that's enough ore for the things I need. Alright. What are you doing now? Because going through all the treasure chests, because that big door... Yeah, it's... So it's supposed to be time to start New Game Plus. I want... So there's a heirloom that I'm looking for that makes it so that you kill yourself and you gain plus 30% of however much gold you have. I'm hoping to grab that first so I can get myself, you know, more than I think it would bring me to 3 million gold. Yeah, it would definitely bring me to 3 million gold. And I'm just trying to get as much gold as possible right now. So that's why I haven't dropped yet. Alright. But yeah, I've cleared out all of this new game. And the problem is, I'm supposed to still be playing New Game Plus 8 to constantly find the dragon, pat its head, and have them give me souls. Go. So yeah, I'm just clearing it out. I'm looking for that. Still no. We found another relic room, but it was not that room. I think I saw it earlier on, but it was before I beat all the bosses. I was just like, yeah, there's no way we're getting to that point in this run. So I just switched out for a better item. All bosses dead, but need the dragon souls. Yep. I need the Dragon Balls to help take care of the threats in front of me. I'm just gonna keep going. Like, there's so many enemies in this room. If it's not a treasure chest and it's not progressing me to the next area, I think I'm gonna have to skip it for now. Like, the enemies in front of me, I'll kill because they're already in front of me. By the way, I think we've already maxed out the chef's level with this. Go. Ooh. There we are. But yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Rooms like these that we're about to enter. Oh! The soldiers don't get one shot, it seems. Which makes sense. If anything doesn't get one shot, it's them. Nope. Just more health. Just in case I was curious whether or not I'm immortal. Oh, hey Gippus! Glad to have you here. I am just playing through. I have beaten all of the bosses with his character, and so I'm just trying to get myself killed so I can move on. But what I'm trying to do is I'm looking for a specific rune or a specific relic that kills you and then gives you back it gives you back 30% of your gold gained just as additional gold. I'm looking for that so that I can leave this behind and in the process gain all the gold I can, because like you can see I'm at 2.5 million gold right now, which is absolutely insane. So I'm trying to just bring it down all the way back. I'm just trying to finish it off with a proper number. Give it as much as I can before I drop it off a cliff. Right, here we have another room. Let's kill these guys real fast. Alright, let's see if we can do it. Now serrated handle. Oh my gosh, Limo Droid. Not what I'm looking forward to. Also gotta note that none of you gave me a spell. I'd really be hopeful for a better spell than this, but we managed with what we got, and I did manage. Oof. There we are. You're trying to get yourself killed as well? Yep. 6.6 for normal crits. Jeez. Alright. Only one way to attack it. Oh. It's a mistake. That's okay. I'll tell you a game you can... Oh, Blasphemous is actually on my list of games I want to play. So, back on my Discord, I did a list of themes that I would be interested in playing because I want to do a playthrough. Blasphemous was on that list. The issue, unfortunately, is that at the end of that theme, I got Blasphemous was one of the few games that got no one wanted to watch it. The #1 theme that people want to watch was Dark Souls, followed by Shovel Knight. So I played Dark Souls until it crashed on me, and then I played Shovel Knight until I beat it. So there's one room here that I missed, and it's big enough to have a little relic. Alright, it didn't, but it was good to check anyways, I think. Beautiful. Oof. But yeah, it's on my list of things I want to play, but I have Dark Souls first, and yeah, so I beat Shovel Knight, so then I needed Dark Souls. After Dark Souls, I am going to probably have to do another thing of what do people want to see me play, but it is a game I do want to play, just haven't found the opportunity to. So I'm literally going through here. Because there's a few rooms that one I completed. Yeah, if it's a fairy chest, I completed it. It just doesn't say that I completed it. But there's a few rooms that I'm not sure if I grabbed the heirlooms in. And that's basically all that's left for me to do. I'm pretty sure I've full cleared the entire world. Thank you, Blobfish, for proving me wrong and giving me a target to practice on. So, like, this question mark here. Oh, it's a story question mark. Never mind. So, yeah, this room always has a story in it. Right there. Blasphemous is very good. Thank you for letting me know, Irisois. Is the whole of this game set inside of Castletown? If so, it's massive. Yep. So I've increased, yeah, I've doubled the size of this world, or, sorry, I've added 50% to the size of this world. It's a roguelike, and the whole idea is this is a kingdom. Yes, it's a kingdom, and the main citadel is the starting area. Then you go past Axis Mundi, which is this large bridge connecting the other areas. Stuff like that. Alright. But I use this one. Why is it still... 9.7k super crit. Jeez, man. Alright. Well, we don't have to waste our... What's left? There is one room. One treasure chest, I kind of bought the means to get it, so I can't use that anymore. But there is one room. One little area of a room that might somehow possibly have it. And after that, we done. Got nothing. Whew. Nope, this was the room. Well, everyone, we explored the entire castle, beat every single boss, and wrecked shop. You did good. Sir Marshal the Ninth has decided to hang up their boots. And I think once I let this run through, I'm going to be out of time to continue today. Like, that's how long this has gone. Oh my gosh. So I think, yeah, we'll figure out how to spend this several million gold on another day. Sorry, but I have to close. Have a good game and good night. We will see you again another time. Yep. See you later. I'm about to close myself, man. I can't believe we got this far. But my gosh. Chef with a ladle, people. Chef with a ladle. Just use them to complete your games. So many enemies. Yep. It's about to go off the screen and keep going. I wonder, can I scroll? You cannot scroll. Unfortunate. Oh my gosh. There's just that little moment where you can see me going back and forth because I'm indecisive of whether or not I want to face that boss yet. And this is when I start backtracking to explore every nook and cranny. There's a kill count? Where is... Oh, there. Enemies defeated. Yep. It's going to reach 500 and then it's just going to keep going. I would like if the enemies just overflow and pop back up from the top. That would be great. I would like if there was a scroll. I would like if there was a scroll. But I think with this, we are now at the backtracking stage. Oh, that was... There were some super elites I could have killed. Oh, well. But, like, yeah, I got 500 souls on this one life because I killed so many bosses. Well, I killed 5 bosses, to be precise. Plus, all the mini-bosses gave me all that iron. Wait, I got that much blood? Is that blood just passive? Like, this is how much blood I have total? Yeah, I think that's how much blood I have total. How much iron I have total. Okay. Because I just saw my iron going up. I was thinking this is how much iron I got during the run, but that looks more like the total iron. So, yep. This is while we were full clearing. Alright, I'm just going to hit the button. So we max ranked with the cook. And I have all of the soul purchases to increase my max rate as high as possible. Killed myself in a tier, but not on purpose. Well, max rank of 25, 826 enemies killed, and 2,648,475 gold. Chefs, man.